whispering presence continued. My heart pounded against my ribs. "Who is Mom?" I asked, my voice trembling. Lucas hesitated, his gaze darting around the room. "My mom," he finally whispered, his voice barely audible. Panic clawed at my throat. Was Lucas talking about Ben's deceased wife? Was he imagining things? Or was something truly supernatural at play? That night, I couldn't sleep. I lay awake, listening for the slightest sound, convinced I was being watched. Every creak of the floorboards, every rustle of leaves outside the window, sent shivers down my spine. The next morning, I decided to confront Ben. I told him about Lucas's comments, about the strange occurrences in the house. He listened patiently, his brow furrowed in concern. "I don't know what to make of it," he admitted, his voice laced with a hint of unease that I hadn't noticed before. "But I've felt it too, sometimes. A strange presence." He told me about a recurring dream he'd been having. He'd dream of his wife, her face pale and drawn, watching him from the shadows, her eyes filled with a sorrowful, almost accusatory, gaze. Fear, cold and insidious, began to consume me. Was the house haunted? Was his wife's spirit lingering, unable to find peace? I started researching online, searching for any information on similar cases. I found articles about residual hauntings, about the lingering energy of strong emotions. But nothing seemed to fully explain what was happening in our home. One afternoon, while cleaning Lucas's room, I found a small, intricately carved wooden doll tucked away under his bed. It was unlike any toy I'd ever seen. It had an eerie lifelike quality, its vacant eyes seeming to follow my every move. As I picked it up, a wave of dizziness washed over me. I felt a sudden, intense cold, as if a draft had swept through the room. Then, I heard it, a whisper, soft as a sigh, emanating from the doll. "Leave," it hissed, the voice chilling me to the bone. Terror seized me. I dropped the doll, scrambling backwards, my heart hammering against my ribs. Lucas, who had been playing in the garden, rushed into the room, his face pale. "What was that, Mom?" he asked, his voice trembling. I looked at him, my mind reeling. "I don't know, sweetie," I whispered, my voice barely audible. "But I think we need to leave." We never returned to live in the house. But we did find a new home, a place where we could finally begin to heal. The end.